7 Celebrity News. Nessa Barrett just revealed that she, quote, spent a lot of days at the Sway house, quote, crying when she was dating Josh Richards. Nessa, I get it. If I also had to spend a lot of days at the Sway house where all a bunch of bros pranked each other and shotgunned White Claws, I too would probably cry most of those days. Nessa later revealed that in the same interview that now that she is dating Jaden Hossler, she is, quote, happy for once, which we love to see. Nessa Barrett was just on the Zach Sang show where she opened up about dating Josh Richards and spending time at the Sway house. As Zach said, the last time he saw Nessa in the flesh before this interview was at the Sway house. Nessa apologized to Zach, saying she likely didn't know he was there and would have said hey and talked to him had she known. As she said, quote, I was probably crying. Honestly, I spent a lot of days at that house crying, end quote. So really, really sad to hear that. But also I think that, Josh and Nessa, I think even though people shipped them when they were together, they seem both to be doing so much better. Some people, I don't think this is Josh's fault necessarily that she cried a lot during the relationship. I just think it was probably a sign that they weren't really meant for each other. So this is no shade to Josh at all, but I think it's helpful that Nessa is opening up, because I think maybe if you are in a relationship and you find yourself crying every day, that might be a sign to get out of that relationship and find your own Jaden Hossler. Zach then responded to Nessa saying, that's not healthy, and Nessa added, yeah, I know, thank God we don't go there anymore. Zach asked Nessa if the pain from that experience has made its way into her music, and Nessa said, yeah, which is likely confirming that her latest single, Counting Crimes, is about the pain from her relationship with Josh Richards. Nessa previously confirmed the meaning of her song to Upset Magazine by saying, quote, Counting Crimes is about moving on from something toxic with an empowering bad bee energy, end quote. And that is always how you should move on from something toxic, with a bad bee energy, to do you and move on from that situation. I also think the song too, as you know, if you listen to the lyrics, it's kind of about like, who is bad? Is it her? Is it Josh? Is it Mads? Or is it a fictitious situation? Because again, she's robbing a bank in the music video. So it could just be a general thing, but Nessa had previously teased prior to her music coming out that the truth is coming and that the truth would be in her music. And then she released Counting Crimes. So you do the math. It is highly speculated that this toxic situation Nessa is singing about in Counting Crimes, is, like I said earlier, is when she was dating Josh Richards and the drama that followed their breakup. As when that drama was going down, Nessa remained tight-lipped, promising the truth was coming in her new music. Nessa had went on to explain the meaning of her song to Upset Magazine by adding, quote, admitting that you have made mistakes, but the other person has done worse than you, and understanding who really is the bad guy in the situation. I hope this song inspires all other bad bees out there. Didn't want to curse there. So, I really think that, I think my takeaway here is not that Josh Richards is a bad person. It's just that the relationship that Nessa had with Josh was not serving her. She's doing so much better now, and hopefully her message in her song and her message in this interview will help other people out there get out of toxic situations as well. So I'm curious what you guys think. Did you see this interview? What are your thoughts? Hello. Anne-Marie is saying it is not his fault. She probably misses him. The memories, they came back up in her head maybe. Anne-Marie, I agree. I don't think that Josh is the bad guy here. I think that I've been in relationships before where I wasn't happy, and you don't realize at the time that's not necessarily what the other person is doing. That could also just be your body and your mind telling you that this is not the right relationship for you. And I think probably why Nessa might have cried a lot in her relationship with Josh is because she was trying to make it work and it wasn't working. And Josh too. I feel like that was probably, it's always heartbreaking when a relationship doesn't work out the way you want it to be. Hello. Hi, Kiara Haman. Thank you so much for joining us. It was so good to see you back. Shell is saying, I hate how people say I've moved on and I'm in a happy relationship, and then they make a whole song about it. Well, Shell, we don't know specifically if the song Counting Crimes is about her relationship with Josh. That is speculation. It could be general. I mean, look, even Olivia Rodrigo will not admit that Driver's License is about Joshua Bassett and Sabrina Carpenter, even though all the fans are like, it pretty much clearly is. So I think that that is really up to the artist. Also, the other thing too, something that we kind of forget is that, when an artist writes a song, maybe they work on a draft, and then that song changes when the producers get involved and the team gets involved. So I don't know specifically if this whole song is really about Josh, but of course there is a speculation, so I'm going to tell you that. M is saying, I am just glad that she is with someone that makes her happy. M, me too. And also, I think Josh seems so much happier now that he's not in this relationship either. I think that he has been working on himself. He's been throwing himself into his business and his work and his podcast. We love that we just saw Josh and Mads hanging out and they were able to get over their drama and now they're friends again. And it seems like he has forgiven Mads for taking their very private fight public. So that's great. And Josh has like date offers left and right. I feel like he's living his best hot boy summer. And we love that for Josh. That's amazing. Yes, Katie saying, I'm so glad Mads and Josh are friends again. Katie, me too. When I saw that TikTok, my heart just melted. I love that these two are able to put their differences aside and be friends because, they've known each other for almost 3 years. And Mads felt so bad when she completely forgot that her post that initially of Nessa and Jaden was going to hurt Josh the way it did. And it was really her acting on emotion. So I'm so happy for that as well. And yes, let's be happy. I love that. Yes, no, please don't joke about Nessa's mental health. I think it's so great that Nessa does use her platform to talk about her mental health so openly. This is something that we really haven't seen celebrities do in the past, and now we're seeing celebrities do more and more, which I think is great because, previously mental health was not something that people talked about. They kind of kept it to themselves. They wouldn't tell people they had depression and whatnot. And I think the more we have these conversations about our mental health and what we're going through, the more people will realize it is normal to feel depressed sometimes. And if you are having these issues, please reach out for help and get the help you need. So, Queen Debbie is saying, did I see Jaden's interview when he said bad things about how you lose people when you have something that is precious like Nessa, and he fought for her? Yes, Queen Debbie, I did see that interview. I saw both Jaden and Nessa's interview. And, I think that the fact that they fought for this relationship and they risked everything and they ended up hurting people, that ended up happening, and that they really, really wanted to be together, I think proves how precious their relationship is, how strong their relationship is, and they seem so happy together. And I think that is all fans can really ask for, right? To see the people that you love and admire be happy. That's all fans want. So, hello, hi to you. Yes, Yasmin is happy for all of them. I am happy for all of them too. Yes, Amaray, I saw, Taylor and Charlie they were hanging out. That's so true. I'm going to give you guys a more full report once I do a little bit more research on that, because I've been seeing some things, and I don't know if they're true or not, about if Taylor Holder and Charlie Jordan are back together or if they're just two friends hanging out. So I'm going to dig into that for you guys. Yes, I am talking, hello Veronica, I am talking about Nessa's recent interview on the Zach Sang Show, where she was talking about what a bad time she had when she was in the Sway house. So it's highly speculated that she is talking about the situation with Josh Richards. But as I said earlier, I don't think that necessarily Josh was a bad person. I think the relationship was just toxic for both of them, as it wasn't serving them. That's just my opinion on the situation. Hello, Eczema. Hi, Daisy. Hello to you. Daisy, if you're just joining us, I am talking about Nessa Barrett's latest interview that she did with Zach Sang, where she talked about the Sway house and saying that when she would cry every single day, anytime she'd spend time at the Sway house. And it does seem that she is referring to at the time when she was dating Josh Richards, and that relationship wasn't really serving either of them, and that's why she was so upset. It could have been other factors too. Perhaps she has beef with other people in the Sway house. That could have been another situation. Or maybe she just, isn't a fan of the stuff that goes down in the Sway house. But it sounds like Nessa now separates herself from the Sway house. Although we did see that Bryce Hall was hanging out with Jaden and was there at his release for his album. So it does seem like the bros are good, but maybe the girls of the bros, not so much, perhaps. BVB is, yes. Kiara, do I think this team will ever stop? Well, if it does, I'll be out of a job. But I don't think so. I feel like as much as people want to know what's going on, and I feel like these influencers especially, they let us in so much. And I think that's why there's tea, because they're constantly, unfollowing each other, refollowing each other, posting things on social media. So I feel like there's endless things to talk about, and I love it. And, outside of social media influencers world, there was a lot of relationship tea that happened this weekend with some of our more mainstream celebrities. Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles were caught making out in Italy, having their vacation, which we love to see. Pete Davidson and Phoebe Dynevor just kind of confirmed their relationship, making out in Wimbledon. Zendaya and Tom Holland were caught kissing in a car. I mean, there was so much tea that went down this holiday weekend, and I love telling you guys what is going on. Well, you know what, guys? It is time for quiz. It's a quiz time. If you are a Christian Plord fan, let me know, make some noise, because we are doing Christian Floored trivia. First question, who is Christian currently dating? Is he currently dating Mads Lewis, Maddie Monroe, Maddie Ziegler, or Madison Beer? So he's definitely dating someone with a Mad to their name. And yes, it is Mads Lewis, although they have not officially confirmed that they are dating, like by saying he's my boyfriend, she's my girlfriend. But they do post a lot on social media of them kissing. So I think it's pretty clear that they are dating. They also say they spend all their time together. So that is kind of the definition of dating, I would say. How old is Christian? Is he 19? Is he 20? Is he 21? Or is he 22? I believe Mads is 18, right? So I feel like he could be maybe 19 or 20. I also know he was in college when he got on social media. So I feel like 19 or 20 feels like the sweet spot. I don't think he's older than that. Do you guys know, is he 20 or is he 19? I'm getting a lot of 20, so I'm gonna go with 20. That seems to be the safe bet there. And that is correct. Christian Floored is 20 years old. What is Christian's twin brother's name? Is it Harry Floored? Is it Ben Floored? Is it Joe Floored? Or is it Will Floored? And that is a picture of him. They do look very, very similar. Do you guys know what is Christian's twin's name? I think it's Will, but do correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, you guys are saying Will. Yes. And if you haven't already, definitely after this, check out the interview I did with Christian Floored. He is such a sweetheart, so kind, so nice. And his twin brother's name is Will. You guys got that right. Next question, where was Christian born? Was he born in Massachusetts, Maryland, Missouri, or Michigan? I know the answer to this, and I'll tell you right now. Massachusetts, because Christian and I did talk about spending time in Massachusetts. I went to college in Boston at Emerson College, and he grew up in Massachusetts, so we talked about that. Kelsey in the studio is actually from the same, has family from the same hometown as him, which is so cool. So we all talked about that when he was here in the studio. And that is correct, Christian was born in Massachusetts. How many followers does Christian currently have on TikTok? Does he have 1.8 million, 2.2 million, 2.8 million, or 3 million? Wow, this is tricky because those numbers are all pretty close to each other. I would say maybe 3 million is possible. I don't know if that is too high. Do you guys know how many followers Christian currently has? Oh, Shell's gonna check. Shell! I'm gonna wait just for Shell to tell me. Misty thinks 3. The Haley Show says 1.8. Amaray saying 2.8 or 3.2. Come on, Shell, tell us the answer. 2.2, 2.8 or 3.2. Oh my God, you guys. I wanna know. Okay, 2.8. Seeing if we're gonna get Shell back in the chat. I don't know. Okay, let's do 2.8. A lot of you guys seem to think it's 2.8, so hopefully it's 2.8. And it wasn't, it was 2.2. Oh, so close. What is Christian's? Is he an Aries, a Capricorn, a Leo, or a Gemini? I guess that would be, when is his birthday? Is his birthday, Aries is kind of, I think, April, yes, early April. Capricorn is early January, late December. Leo is late July, early August. And Gemini is late May, early July, early June. No, June. June is mostly, right? Yeah. Okay, do you guys know what his sign is? Yeah, it was 2.2. You're right, Queen Debbie. I should have listened to you guys. I should have waited. You guys crushed it. This is hard. Who knows his sign? Gemini, we're sure, or Capricorn? Or Aries? You guys are picking all the signs. Leo, oh, come on. Does anyone know? I feel like he just turned 20, so I think his birthday is I feel like he's either a Gemini or an Aries. You guys, I'm getting a lot of Geminis. That'd be interesting if he is a Gemini, because it's a twin sign, and he has a twin, so if they're Gemini twins, that is nuts. Capricorn? Capricorn would... Okay, I'm gonna do Capricorn. I was right. I just had a feeling, something about, he has Capricorn energy. Capricorns are usually very strong and very logical, but also stubborn, but I don't know that about him yet. When did Christian start TikTok? Did he start TikTok in December of 2019, in October of 2019, in June of 2020, or in July of 2020? I think it was 2019 because he was in college at the time, so I think it was pre-pandemic, so I feel like it might have been December of 2019. Do you guys know when he started TikTok? Anyone? Yeah, no, he's not a Leo. He's a Capricorn. That's a pretty good sign. October 2019. Okay, let's go with that. October 2019. And that is correct. That is when he started TikTok. What sport did Christian play in high school? Did he play baseball, tennis, swimming, or basketball? I'm pretty sure it's basketball because let's not forget that was the TikTok that made Christian blow up on social media. It's of him playing basketball, and that is correct. 7 out of 8, that's a really high score for us. How did you do? High scores, low scores, let me know. I will give you shout outs for your scores. How did you guys do? It is basketball. I'm still getting some answers. Of course, there's delays depending on where you're watching this and how strong your Wi-Fi connection is. But what are your scores? Let me know how you guys did, and I'll give you a shout out. 8 out of 8 to M. Morton. Congratulations to you, M. Morton. That is a high score, 100%. You get a ton of gold stars. Amazing. Congratulations. Who else had got a high or low score? Any score? And make sure, if you haven't already, make sure you have your notifications on and you're following Hollywire so you never miss. Liberty tied us with a 7 out of 8. Great job, Liberty. Misty got a 6 out of 8. Great job. 8 out of 8 to Haley. 3 out of for Amaray because she doesn't know who he is. It's okay, Amaray. There is time to watch our interview with Christian Plord. Learn everything you can know about him. 8 out of 8 to Eleanor. Congratulations. You are a super fan, Eleanor. I love you so much, Eleanor. Thank you so much for watching and getting a high score. We are so proud of you. Gold stars all around for Eleanor. Good job. You guys are crushing it. Amazing. Anyone else get a high score? Who got the lowest score? Did anyone get a 0? Queen Debbie is saying Mads has a type. Low-key, no shade to Jaden. Jaden also played basketball. I didn't know that. That is very funny. 7 out of 8 to Amanda Smith. Congratulations to you, Amanda Smith. 7 out of 8. You beat the host. So good. 5 out of 8 to Queen Debbie. Great job, Queen Debbie. Crushing it. You guys all have such great high scores. You're so talented. We love you. All right, so what do you think about Nessa saying that she cried every day when she was at the Sway House? Let us know your thoughts. I'm Gabby Conti, and follow us at Hollywire for your 24/7 celebrity news.